I've been doing astrophotography quite some years now, and I probably will never win an award. And it took me quite some time to understand this is not my failure. It's the geography and my budget and the time I can invest into this hobby. But let me explain in this video. Hey, this is View into Space. I'm Sascha from Switzerland, so grüezi miteinander and thanks for watching my channel. So you might wonder, where the heck am I? And actually, that's the reality in my basement, how it looks behind the green screen. And this video is about being honest to yourself, not trying to pretend anything else. And so for once I thought I'll do the same here. Let's be honest, that's where I shoot my videos. When most of us start astrophotography, rather soon we hear about AstroBin. We hear that it's the place to upload your pictures, to show your portfolio, and we start doing that. And when we start doing that, we realize that there are awards, and quite a lot, and every day there's a pick of the day, there's some runner-ups, they all get nice badges, and we assume that at a certain point, when we have some decent gears, when we learn how to process, it might be rather likely, given all these awards, that we will also get one of them. But what nobody tells you, and what you have to figure out yourself, slowly and sometimes painfully, is that the game that most of us believe that we're playing is one that was never really meant for us. And that's not just my opinion, but I can back that with numbers. And I want to show you these numbers now. So I went into AstroBin and I looked at the 250 top image of the day winners. And there are three different aspects I want to cover now with you, which stack the chance of winning ever an astrophotography award massively against most of us. And the first one is geography. 66% of all of these 250 pictures are shot in remote observatories or dark sites. We talk here about Chile, about Namibia, about Spain, the Canary Islands, or large patches of Utah, Nevada, Arizona. But not a backyard in a European city, not the terrace of your home. 1/3 of the pictures might be backyard pictures, but the majority are not. But geography is not everything. It's just one part of the ceiling. The second point is equipment. Of the 250 pictures of the day, 30% had professional grade setups, meaning more than 15,000 for only the telescope alone. 25% was prosumer gear, so between $5,000 and $15,000, and only 5% was stated as really budget gear. But let's give you a specific example what this means. The 2025 Astronomy Photographer of the Year Galaxy picture was shot with a Planewave CDK-20. This telescope costs $39,000. The mount, a Planewave L500, is another $26,000. And then the camera, a Moravian C3 61,000 Pro, probably costs another $10,000. So the total setup for this one winning photograph was more than $80,000. That's way more money than most of us spend on our cars. I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying this that you stop comparing your images to these images and pretend that you play in the same game. You're most definitely not. And while I assumed these two first factors, the third one actually surprised me most, and that's integration time. The average integration time between the 250 top pictures of the day is 100 hours. That's in summer, about 25 nights. In winter, when everything goes optimal, perhaps 10 nights. So you might say, so what? If you want an award, everybody can be so patient. Instead of shooting a million things, stick with one and get the 100 hours. But there comes again geography into play. Quite honestly, in winter, if I get 10 nights over the whole winter to shoot, it's a lot. I have perhaps over the whole year, if I have 30 to 40 nights where I can shoot, that's amazing. So again, while for someone who lives at a place where there's very stable weather or has a remote observatory there, that might be no problem. You can on end every night after the other shoot. But if you depend on the few nights where there are no clouds, this is just not gonna fly. And if you cannot shoot from your own home, but you have to drive somewhere, probably your family will not be happy when you're most of the nights missing from home. So also then, time is precious. Now I want to be fair. They are from time to time pictures shot by regular Joes like you and me who actually get an award. It's not impossible. And I've seen recently an absolutely amazing picture shot with a regular telescope, only about 15 hours of integration time. And it probably was just the processing which made it really amazing, and it got an award. So I don't say it's not doable. But the honest picture is this. The deck is stacked in 3 ways against most of us: geography, budget, and time. And if you're imaging from a light polluted backyard with a medium to low range rig and have also a family who wants to see you from time to time, you're not playing in the same league as someone who has a 6-digit gear in a remote observatory on a hill in Chile. And pretending otherwise does not serve you. And with all that, I don't want to say that it's unfair, that these people who have the money and the opportunity shouldn't have these awards. But what I found surprising in my research is that on everything I could find, there is not one tiered award. There is no Smart Scope award, for example. There is no real beginner award. And if you look at sports, for example, you have leagues. I mean, wouldn't have your village soccer team a chance against the national team of Spain? No, and it shouldn't, and you wouldn't expect that. But that's why you have leagues. And I think it's kind of a missed opportunity that we don't have these leagues in astrophotography and that we can measure ourselves with our peers, with the people who have kind of the same opportunities or challenges. And I hope that this might actually inspire someone who watches to perhaps create something like that. And with that, we come to the question, what can we do about that ourselves? And for me, there are 3 things. First of all, if you really, really, really want an award, you can get one. And it's quite easy. Just buy data. This is just an example here. Practically all their pictures get awards. You simply have to buy one, process them, and there's a high chance that you get an award. If you're afterwards really proud about that, if you really feel it means anything to you, is another question. But by buying data which is shot on a remote telescope with the right integration time enables you to do that. And there's enough people who do that again and again and again and seem happy with it. The second thing is, and I recently seen a meme which I liked so much, and it's this one. So there is a kind of award in AstroBin which we should take seriously and which can mean more than these overblown Picture of the Day awards. Every time someone bookmarks your picture, it means that they feel it's something worth saving for them because they think it's beautiful. They want to look at it again because they feel it is nicely framed or nicely processed, and they want to use it as inspiration for their own processing or framing. So bookmarking a picture of someone else is really a huge compliment, and you should take it as that. You shouldn't take it for granted. So if this video made you feel a little bit depressed, I ask you to go afterwards into AstroBin, go through your pictures, and look how many people bookmarked each and every of your picture. And I hope that really makes you feel good, and it should. But last but not least, and that's also the conclusion I came to, stop trying to make award-winning pictures, and instead create pictures that mean something to you personally. For example, let's take the Andromeda picture here beside me. I took that picture at the Swiss Star Party a few years ago. It was in the Alps. It was just amazing being outside throughout the whole night in the mountains, looking at the stars, being together with other astrophotographers. And this picture hasn't received an award, but it will always remember me at this amazing night that I had and this amazing experience. And that's worth so much more than any award. So use these pictures to gather memories. Use these pictures to gather what you feel is beautiful in the sky and to depict it and to show it others. And personally, I feel that's not a consolation prize, but that is the real prize. And if you want to see 6 more galaxy pictures that I took and amazing stories of these galaxies, please have a look at this video here. See you next time, and clear skies.